What if you suddenly found yourself standing on the desolate, silent surface of the moon with nothing but your spacesuit for protection? The most immediate and terrifying problem is the near-perfect vacuum of space, which would try to boil your bodily fluids instantly. Without external pressure, the air trapped inside your lungs would expand violently, leading to severe, rapid trauma. Next, your spacesuit has a strictly limited oxygen supply, perhaps only a few hours at best, before suffocation becomes the main life-threatening concern. Then, you must contend with the extreme temperature swings. Shadows can drop to -250 degrees Fahrenheit, while direct sunlight blasts you at over 250 degrees Fahrenheit. You are also completely unprotected from the Sunday's harsh solar flares and constant bombardment of cosmic radiation, which severely damages human tissue over time. Even a brief exposure to this unfiltered radiation drastically increases your lifetime risk of cancer and the onset of acute radiation sickness. Assuming you miraculously survive the initial shock, your biggest practical hurdle becomes finding water, which is essential for drinking and cooling your suit systems. While frozen water ice deposits exist primarily within the permanently shadowed craters, reaching them without proper mobility is an almost impossible task. To create any breathable oxygen from that ice, you would need to power a complex process of electrolysis, using a massive energy source you simply do not have. Forget about growing anything for sustenance. Any pre-packed food reserves are finite, and without power, everything quickly spoils or becomes inedible. To stand any chance beyond a few frantic hours, you desperately need a pressurized, shielded habitat to regulate temperature and actively block incoming radiation. Building such a secure structure would require heavy automated machinery, sophisticated engineering materials, and an immense amount of reliable power generation. Lunar dust, known as regolith, is incredibly fine, surprisingly abrasive, and electrically charged, posing a serious long-term threat to equipment seals and human health. This sharp dust would rapidly compromise any life support system, seal, or mobility joint that wasn't specifically engineered to withstand its destructive nature. Moving around becomes exhausting and difficult because the 1/6 gravity combined with a bulky, pressurized suit drains your limited energy reserves very quickly. Communicating with mission control on Earth is challenging due to the significant light-speed time delays, meaning real-time emergency assistance is simply not available to you. The sheer isolation, the unending, profound silence, and the realization of your complete dependency on failing technology would take a massive psychological toll. Any necessary repair to your critical life support system must be performed perfectly by hand, often while wearing thick, clumsy gloves that inhibit fine motor skills. Most historic Apollo missions carried enough consumables for perhaps a few days at absolute maximum, even with incredible planning for minor emergencies. Even the planned Artemis missions rely entirely on sophisticated, pre-deployed hardware and a constant, unbroken logistical chain back to our home planet. If your primary communications link fails, nobody on Earth can reach you in time to prevent a complete, catastrophic system failure from occurring. The cooling system in your suit is absolutely paramount, as overheating under physical exertion can lead to rapid incapacitation long before your oxygen reserves are depleted. Surviving an entire lunar night, which lasts for nearly 14 long Earth days, is simply impossible without a massive protected power source, like a small nuclear reactor. Every single vital survival function, from heating to oxygen recycling to maintaining suit pressure, depends completely on a continuous, reliable source of electrical power. Realistically, without immediate or pre-cached support, your maximum survival time is measured in mere hours, dictated primarily by the consumables you brought with you. With an extremely optimistic supply cache and minimal movement, perhaps 3 days might be possible if you are incredibly lucky and absolutely nothing breaks. Long-term survival demands establishing a fully self-sufficient, radiation-proof base, which is an undertaking that spans decades of intense global engineering. Picture the endless, monotonous gray, the sharp, edged shadows, and the humbling, distant view of our beautiful blue planet hanging in the black sky above you. Despite these extreme odds stacked against any lone individual, the human drive to explore and settle new frontiers continues to push these technological boundaries forward. Future crews will have access to established bases, better pressure suits, and proven resource extraction techniques to extend that survival time dramatically. Much of the crucial initial groundwork for in-situ resource utilization is already being mapped out right now by sophisticated robotic precursor missions. The very first, non-negotiable priority for any sustained presence remains the development of truly robust, closed, loop life support systems that recycle everything. These next-generation suits will incorporate superior thermal regulation and advanced micrometeoroid impact shielding for better day-to-day protection. Water harvested from the polar regions will eventually become the critical foundation for drinking, breathing, and even fueling rockets for deep space journeys. So, what is the final assessment on how long you could actually survive on the moon right now? Completely alone. Frankly, probably less than one very uncomfortable, terrifying day before the vacuum and radiation overcome your suit is failing integrity. Yet, the dream of establishing a self-sustaining lunar colony remains a powerful, motivating force driving technological advancement every single day. Keep watching our channel as we continue to explore the incredible engineering feats required to make that ambitious dream a safe, multi-year reality for the next generation.